to be clear, you're not telling folks you have license
No.
if you are threatened
Well,
to shoot a peace officer.
no, but again, if you're being attacked by someone who is not identified as a peace officer, how do you know? I mean, if somebody comes at me wearing a mask, by the way, I'm a gun owner. If somebody comes at me wearing a mask and I can't tell whether they're a police officer, what am I supposed to do? Honestly, Bram, look what happened in Minnesota to the two legislators, one of whom was killed by a guy impersonating a police officer. That is why this is so incredibly incendiary.
Well, the Arizona Police Association is firing back after Attorney General Chris Mays made those comments right there about ICE operations here in our state. In an exclusive interview with our Bram Resnick, she warned that a confrontation with ICE agents could turn deadly because of Arizona's Stand Your Ground law, the law that lets someone defend themselves if they honestly believe they're in danger. Well, now the Police Association's Executive Director, Joe Kluwer, is calling those comments that you just heard reckless and dangerous. He says officers, including members of the Attorney General's own investigative team, they don't always wear uniforms. Sometimes they're in plain clothes or wear protective face coverings when circumstances do require it. And that word, and that words from elected officials, they matter. Kluwer warned that it only takes one unstable person to take those comments the wrong way and then act on them.
A Homeland Security agent lost a piece of his finger during protests in Minneapolis today. A DHS spokesperson says rioters attacked the officer before one person bit the officer's finger. Authorities say he is expected to lose that finger. Attorney General Pam Bondi posted on X after the incident saying the suspect who allegedly bit the finger off an HSI agent in Minnesota today has been arrested and is in custody. I have directed my federal prosecutors to file charges for this heinous assault on our brave law enforcement officer.
Tremendous pressure, both physical and mental, when you have this experience.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Chief, for your strong leadership during this crisis. I'm joined today by Senator Smith, as well as Representatives McCollum and Morrison, and joining us in a statement are Representatives Craig and Omar. Our message is really clear and straightforward. We need ICE out of Minnesota. They are not making us more safe. As the tragic killing this morning, as people saw it viscerally on that video, shows us they are making us less safe. With 3,000 agents, which of course includes border control, outnumbering the sworn police officers in Minneapolis and St. Paul by 3 to 1, and even larger than the 10 metropolitan police departments, this is completely out of whack, completely out of balance, and now 3 people have been shot, 2 resulting in death. 1, Renee Good, mother of 3, and now Alex Preddy, a 37-year-old Minneapolis man, a citizen, also a nurse. They both have families that love them very much. This city has been under siege, and I want to make something clear. As the mayor and the police chief are doing their job for this city, it's not just the cities. It's not just Minneapolis and St. Paul, as you'll hear from the members of Congress. It is the suburbs where kids have been lured in and abducted. It is small towns all across our state, rural areas. This has gone way beyond some stated purpose of the fraud investigation or apprehending violent offenders. That's not what this is about anymore when you have 3,000 agents, overwhelming sworn police officers. I took part in that peaceful and powerful march yesterday, all those peaceful people. And then we wake up this morning to this horror. As members of Congress, we are calling on this administration to get ICE out of our towns, off of our streets. It will make us more safe. We, as a congressional group up here, strongly opposed the ICE funding this week. We opposed it this summer when our Republican colleagues tripled the budget, $75 billion. It is now more than the FBI. They reduced the training from 5 months to 47 days. And these are the results. We are also calling for a full and transparent investigation. We have done this before in Minnesota, coordinating with local and state and federal law enforcement. And if they're not going to do it, then they need to get out of the way and allow our very professional Bureau of Criminal Apprehension to conduct the investigation into these killings. And finally, we call on our Republican colleagues to stand with us. I know they know what's going on here because it's happening in their own districts. We have, of course, these shootings, but it is a lot more than that. They know that something's wrong when a Hmong elder is pulled out of a house in his underwear and slippers, and they figure out about an hour later they got the wrong guy, and in fact the guy they were looking for is actually in jail. Or a 2-year-old, a case my office worked on, in addition to hundreds more, who's taken with her dad and then put on a plane to Texas when her mom is desperately trying to get her. We got her back. But none of this should be happening. None of it. So we call on our Republican colleagues to join us because we have warned this administration. I have personally warned them that there would be more deaths, that more of this would happen. And clearly they're not listening. So we ask people around the country to talk to their Republican representatives to make clear that this is not the America that is ours. This has got to stop. And with that, I turn it over to my colleague, Senator Smith.